All right, now let's get into behavior and doing the right thing at the right time. And I think we can talk about the structure. So,
Yes.
if we're writing our 30-second commercial, it's actually a tough thing to do. I think it's hard to talk about yourself. It's easy to write one for somebody else and be like, oh, I know what they do. They, sell bait and tackle to local fishermen.
Right.
And it's easy to write. But if you are doing it for yourself, I think people get twisted up like a resume and they try and use a lot of hyperbole or big fancy words that aren't conversational, and it gets tough. So help us set up our goals, plans, and actions here to make sure we get a good one.
So, really what it is certainly your opening statement, your name and who you are, and a positioning, statement, who's the company, where you're located, perhaps, right? And then we get into pain, what we call the pain statement. And really the way to look at that is, well, there's a couple things. There's that acronym we call a FUD-WACA, right? Which means, people who are, right, what are they frustrated, right? Why are they under pressure, disappointed, worried? These are all emotional words that go into that, that little group of letters I gave you, right? And so, but what you want to do is think about, and if you're new to selling, and if you're experienced, think about your best clients and why they came on board. What were they experiencing before they met you? And what are the problems you were able to help them solve? You mentioned hiring A players, right? In your commercial before, we help people to hire A players, right? That could be in my commercial to help people with how to identify these folks, how to conduct the interview, and so forth. But in mine, you heard the pains. I've helped people who are frustrated that they don't have enough new opportunities. I help people whose sales cycle is longer and longer, they don't get decisions, right? All these types of things. So go and think about, who are your best clients? Why did they come to you? What were they experiencing before that? And then you want to have what you would call a benefit statement. And Mike, this is where I think people start to go, oh my God, now is the opportunity to do a whole feature and benefit dump. That's where they have the difficulty, because there's so many things they want to say, but you really just need one line that encapsulates it all. I developed mine throughout the years just by the way that it works. And we do reinforcement training, but I say we help people through ongoing reinforcement training, making incremental change a little bit at a time, like training a sales athlete or a sales musician. I found that over the years, that works for me, because people know that you can't get in shape in a day. You don't learn a musical instrument in a day. And so the benefit statement is what they wouldn't want to do. One sentence. And then we have, if you want me to stop there, go ahead. If you want me to go on.
Well, I want to jump in here on that one real quick, and then we'll do the last part. So not to interrupt, we have 4 parts. We're on number 3. But I agree with you on the benefit statement. I think people get twisted there. So I wanted to highlight, it's the stuff that makes you different from everybody else in your industry. So you don't need to tell them what a sales training or coaching and development company does. They kind of get that. They're already in the ballpark. What they need to know now is, how are you different, very quickly and simply. And so anything that any of your competitors could say, like great customer service, quick turnaround times, good value for the money, all of that is generic sales, pablum that anybody can say. So what's really unique about you, and I love the one you shared about, we really stick around. Most sales training is boot camp based or an online course based, or they figured out one little piece of the sales pie that is their trick or hack. And then they don't get to stick with you long enough. They take their suitcase, fly on to the next city, and leave you there to figure it out on your own. And I want to respond to Markle there. He asked if this is being recorded. If you are watching live, we are recording. This will be on YouTube and Facebook, and the podcast, How to Succeed in Any Podcast App. But if you're live right now, you can share a comment and join the conversation with us.